Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be doing some magazine collage working on a black background. So this is a background that I had in my art journal page, and it's just black gesso that I've just put lots and lots of splatters of acrylic paint across the top. I think it's actually from paint pens, not even from a paint bottle. And it's just a really funky background, but I had a lot of people going, well, what would you do with it? So this is what I'd do with it. I'm starting off with some double-sided tape around the edge, and for those people who've followed me for a little while and who have looked at my Collage Fundamentals playlist, or have taken my Collage Fundamentals class, which you'll find linked in the description box below, you will know that when I do collage magazine collage, I tend to put borders on them, and that goes back to, you know, the queen of collage herself, Tracy Moore. Not Tracy Moore, Tracy's her husband, Tisha Moore, sorry, does a lot of borders around her work, and she does them, and so does Diane Reevely, who I think learnt all her tips and tricks from Tisha in the day. So it's just a really great way to frame up a piece, and particularly something that is as plain as the background I had here. Even though it's sort of got the splatters on it, it's still quite plain. So once I'd stuck down the simple bits of collage that I had on the page, or on the border, I then went over the top and stuck in little strips of washi and all sorts on it, just to make it a little bit more interesting. And now I'm going in with the 3 images that I wanted to put together. So I cut out some flowers to make sort of something to sit on, and I had this cool picture of the lady sitting down. So I used her body and cut off her head, because I found this really cool head of a cat. Then I found in a cooking magazine all these star biscuits. So I think it was a Christmas cooking magazine, so I cut those out for my stars. And one thing I would highly suggest that you do when you're looking for, and it's a question I get asked a lot when I'm doing magazine collage, is where do you get your images from? It's really important to look for lots of different magazines. I know a lot of us go straight to the fashion magazines, which are great because you get lots of figures in them. But actually, magazines like in Australia, we've got Better Homes and Gardens. So it has some cooking stuff in it, it's got some gardening stuff in it, it's got some craft stuff in it, and it does have some figures in it. Not huge amount of them, but you would tend to get some, or animals in it. So if you've got a magazine that has got a few strings to its bow, you're probably actually going to find more images, more quirky images that you can alter. Teen magazines are often quite good too, because you get some more interesting poses in the models, and some really funky makeup type things if you're looking more for the faces. National Geographic's obviously if you're looking for more animals. So you get the hint, you know, look around, look at a few different magazines to get things, and, you know, think outside the box. What can I combine together to make this look interesting? Once I have finished gluing everything down, then I start to alter the images myself using a paint pen. And quite often it's just as simple as going over some of the lines on the page with a different color to make it stand out. So I had this stripy shirt already, but instead of having the navy blue, I've changed it into that turquoise. I've used some of the pink to, you know, create that bag and make some of those stars stick out a little bit. I've got the purple shoe and so on. You know, I've added that pink nose. I've redrawn in the whiskers, because who's got time to cut out whiskers? So I've just actually drawn them in again. Made really bright eyes. You know, go for it. One of the things that I do when I've finished doing all my details with my paint pens is go back and redraw everything with a black pen, just to outline it. And it seems a bit unnecessary, I suppose, because you've already got, you know, everything cut out, but it really does finish off your piece if you go through and re-outline everything. It just makes it really stand out, and yeah, I can't think of another word, finish it off. And you'll see that in the close-ups at the end, I suppose, the difference it makes. It's a bit hard when you're looking on the screen, particularly with magazines, because they're quite shiny. You get a bit of a glare, but down around her legs and on her hand, I think you can probably see the difference that makes. So lots of time with magazine collage, I tend to put really big quotes with them, and I find that, you know, the quirkier they are, the better it is. So for this, I am using some very thick chalk textures. Now, chalk textures are amazing. They've got some great colours to them, particularly the neons. However, they are chalk based, so you may find that they do smear or smudge onto your other page. I don't particularly mind if it goes over my image. It doesn't really bother me, but I know for some people that might be an issue. You could obviously do a spray sealer over the top, or a workative fixative. I don't bother. If it spreads, it spreads. But you know, it's up to you what you choose to do. Once I've written out my quote, I'm going back in and I'm outlining my black board, the black area with the white pen, just to make it stand out. I'm now going in with the chalk textures and adding some extra line work to my border, which is again something I really love to do. It makes everything really stand out. It also makes everything kind of look a little bit seamless. I had really different pieces of collage in the background, but by putting that line work over the top, it actually makes it all kind of work together. So you can kind of trick everyone and make them think you've done this amazing border, when in actual fact it's a bit of collage with some bits of, you know, neon pen stamped over the top. I was having a little bit of difficulty getting some pens to work with the chalk pens, so my original black Posca wasn't really working. It was too fine. I was using a black with it, so I decided I'd stick with a pink, and I used the pink to do my highlights around my outside. The reason I do that is it helps push it off the page a little bit. I also went in with the green pen to put some dots in the word stars. And I'm going around now with the white pen to help pop those letters out a little bit as well. So you can play around as much or as little as you want with your fonts to make them work for you. I'm not sure if I actually go back and put in the apostrophe and can't. I do apologise if I don't. That's a terrible teaching moment. Do realise I know it needs one. But we'll call it artistic license, and hopefully I've got enough sense to go back and add one in at some stage. No, I don't, apparently. There you go. So this is a close-up of the finished piece. You can see without the shine in the magazine image how having that black pen around the outside of the shapes really helps. And this is the whole piece in one image. So I hope you have a go at playing around with magazine collage. Try doing it on a dark background. It's lots and lots of fun, particularly putting the spatter in the background, but it's also a great canvas for doing a really cool quote that you want to stand out. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.